Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I'm going to be giving you all the new links and rumors on the upcoming folding iPhone. This folding iPhone has been rumored for quite some time now, and today I'm going to be giving you all the new links and rumors on the upcoming folding iPhone. If you want to learn more that's coming up, it's going to be all the displays, the cameras, the chip, and even how it might look like, plus some renders and some photos that I've got on for the renders. So you want to see more about these leaks, stay around for the video, and without further ado, let's get right into the new links and rumors. Okay, so starting off is Apple is expected to launch a folding iPhone in the upcoming years, right? But Apple's looking for a flexible OLED display, the one that can bend and that's really flexible, and that the main bet is mainly from Samsung, right? But I don't know if you heard the news, but Apple is parting ways with Samsung from their OLED displays, mainly because of a problem that they say their displays are not that bright, so they're moving away from Samsung displays. So their main target now is LG with their OLED displays that have made some folding phones. We'll just have to see how that plays out. Samsung has released 3 folding phones, and they've all used their own OLED displays. So that was a main bet, but now it's probably not going to happen anymore. It's rumored that it will be like an iPad mini, so it will be like an iPhone, let's say 12 Pro Max, maybe in the size, maybe 12 Pro. So you can fold it in, and then you have it in your pocket, much like the C Fold 3 from Samsung. You take it out of your pocket, you unfold it to start reading an ebook or something like that. So that is pretty good for the OLED displays, and hopefully it can be flexible and not have some display issues like the C Fold 1 from Samsung. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. Now, it'll be just like an iPad mini. It'll probably have some triple cameras, quadruple cameras, maybe. It depends how Apple will go in the future. We'll just have to see. It'll be the exact same size as the iPad mini, but just smaller. Users can simply fold it and start using it, just like I said. It's much like the Fold 3. There are some problems, so like how will it be made, how's the durability, and how will Apple find the steel or whatever they need to use for making a folding phone. We all know that Apple separates itself from the competition in different ways, from their folding phones, their iPhones, and their buds. We'll just have to see how it will be made. LG, as I said before, has partnered with Apple on their displays and on a prototype display and their prototype phones for folding and other stuff like that. As since Apple parted ways with Samsung, the work on the phones has yet to be tested. They have tested the prototype displays, and they just have to test how durability will be when folding and unfolding. Hopefully, they can get something like 300,000 folds and closing and unfolding, like Samsung has done. I think that's like a number that I think I've seen before from Samsung. The work on the phones has to be tested. One problem is durability. We don't want it to be bad like the C Fold 1. But we also didn't want it to just break immediately. We want it to be durable, that can last at least 3 or 4 years. Apple said that they're testing the prototype phones on folding and durability. When it comes to specific dates, we can expect maybe the folding iPhone launching in 2022 at the earliest. 2023 is the most likely date. 2024 is probably the expected date, but 2022, that'll be amazing if they can pull it off. That'd be pretty cool for 2022. 2023 sounds the most likely to me because that makes sense, because maybe this year they'll pass it on testing the prototype displays. 2022 will be made with testing the actual shell of the phone, and then 2023 or 2024 maybe, or 2023 starts shipping out on the September event, launching it alongside the new iPhones. Hopefully these folding phones do not take over the iPhone line, so they can just go like all the regular iPhones. I don't think that will happen, but that could be a possibility. But I'm pretty sure it won't really happen. Hopefully it does not happen. And at the earliest, you can expect it to 2022. Hopefully that can happen, but I'm pretty sure it won't happen. For the specs, though, we're not really sure what it will have. Of course, that's into the future. That's not like an upcoming year that Apple is working on it. But it'll probably have the A17 chip if it launches in 2023, because that'll be A16 chip will be in 2022, A17 2023. So maybe we'll see how that goes. Maybe we'll have a 6-core GPU, 7-core CPU. We'll just have to see with a 120 Hz display, because that sounds just about right for a flagship. That'll be flagship level status. Maybe in a few years, the displays may go up to 160 Hz. That'll be normal, or even 240 Hz. That'll be pretty cool, but it's probably not gonna happen. Or even 180 Hz. That's more like gaming monitor status. Probably not gonna happen, but that could be a possibility in the future. Hopefully, it can be at least 120 Hz refresh rate. Because it makes sense. It has a bigger battery, bigger display. Hopefully, it can have it, and that'll be pretty cool if that can be. And it'll have multiple cameras, maybe even 4, quadruple, even triple cameras. It'll probably just have a main, ultra wide, and maybe a periscope zoom lens and a 3x telephoto. I don't know what Apple is having. That would be pretty cool. It depends what cameras we'll use, since we don't know what Apple's doing with anything better for their zoom or increasing the megapixel count on its iPhone. The rumors that iPhone 14 may have a bigger megapixel camera count. We're expecting the iPhone 13 to have that, but it didn't. It didn't receive it. So we're kind of left wondering what will happen with the iPhone. Hopefully, it can have at least like a 48, 32, 20 megapixel camera, because 12 is kind of already just kind of old now. We have 108 megapixel sensors. Maybe at least give it some 20, 48. I would love to have an option on the iPhone where you have 20 megapixel standard, and then if you want to have increased quality, go to 48 megapixel cameras. 48 megapixels, that'd be pretty cool on an iPhone. What will the folding phone look like? Well, our safe bet is probably the Huawei Mate X2 Pro. If you haven't seen that phone, it's a new folding phone that released, I think it was in March of this year, or even sooner, April. I don't know. It was somewhere like in March. But it's practically like a huge, like an iPad mini. It's pretty big. It was made by Huawei, and I could see that maybe looking with an iPhone except with like a little notch. And a hole punch camera depends how far Face ID has progressed by then. But I could see that looking very much like an iPhone. Just put the Apple logo on it and it'll look very good. That'll be a possibility. Maybe it can have Face ID under the display. Even Touch ID and display fingerprint scanner. That'll be actually pretty cool. But the Huawei Mate X2 Pro sounds the most safe. It's the most safe bet. For the displays, the iPhone will have two separate OLED displays and joined by a center hinge or a center I'm pretty sure we can just call it hinge. So this will be, let's say this iPhone will unfold like this. This will be a display. You have like a front display just like on the C Fold 3, and you can use it for like texting and just quick stuff. And you want to use the entire display, it will more be for like watching videos and other stuff like that. And maybe it will have 4:3 aspect ratio. That's the most likely answer. 16:9 doesn't seem that reasonable. The display will have to be actually tiny. I'm pretty sure it will be probably like an 8.5-inch display, even a 4:3 aspect ratio. Apps will have to get updated for that. I'm not sure if any apps support 4:3 aspect ratio. That'll be actually a pretty weird aspect ratio, but Apple could pull it off maybe. And hopefully by 2024, 2023, the crease or the center hinge isn't visible that much anymore. Hopefully that can be the case. Probably not. We'll probably just always have like a little hinge that will probably get more invisible as time goes on. But knowing Apple, hopefully they can make their hinge not noticeable. Not as much noticeable though. For pricing though, it's going to be hard to tell. Maybe it could be a Kickstarter at 11, at $10.99. That could be a pretty hard price. Starting at 128 gigabytes of storage. Maybe even $12.99. I mean $10.99 or $12.99. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know, it will be definitely above $1,000 because making a folding phone is not cheap. It's expensive because you have to get all the flexible displays, test it out, the prototypes. And Apple, as you know, the prices are kind of not that fair, to be honest. And so we'll just have to see how their display is going to go. Hopefully it can be $10.99 at the cheapest, maybe $12.99, $13.99. The best we'll look at. Hopefully it'll be a 1 terabyte option because when you have a folding phone, hopefully it can have 1 terabyte because with the apps, there's games, and it will have probably 120 Hz refresh rate. We'll just have to see what the future holds. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching my leaks and rumors on the upcoming folding iPhone. If you want to see more, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.